Hello to all our lovely viewers. We are the Sisters Sanditon, and tonight we shall be reviewing episode 8, the final episode of Masterpiece's hit series, Sanditon, season 1.
Yes, and as you can see, we are joined by our special guest, Theo James.
Once again.
For the last time.
Oh dear,
Yes.
Please don't say that, it's going to make me cry.
Oh, now dear, save your tears till later. Please,
Yes.
dear. All right, now shall we begin?
Yes.
Now, we see Charlotte walking as if in a daze.
Yes.
In a dream.
Yes, she is. She doesn't know what to make of what's happened.
No.
He's just told her last night.
On the last episode.
Yes. Last night, which was last night, I believe, right? Yes, that I am my best self, my truest self when I'm with you, and that is all. So she's sort of like, what does this mean? And, she's...
What a moment. Yes, absolutely lovely.
And she's just, she's in a
so
haze.
she sees him in the street
He's
with Tom,
coming
and
out
she
with Tom,
looks
yes.
longingly at him, and he looks
at her very intently. Did you see?
Yes.
He's very intent.
It's like he's thinking.
He's
the
thinking.
Woman that And
Yes.
Tom says something about all their dreams are coming true.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, of course, that had a double
meaning for Sidney and Charlotte.
That their dreams are coming true. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlotte goes in and speaks with Georgiana.
Yes.
And they have this kind of little girl party
yes,
time.
yes.
And she's telling her about her love. And
like Georgiana, she's still a downer. We've said she's a little bit selfish. She doesn't really think about Charlotte. And why couldn't she just be happy for her?
Yes, I want her to be happy for her.
She's
Because Charlotte was
still-
so excited. You could see when Georgia said she kind of gets down a little.
like-
But anyway.
Yeah.
We won't worry about that. But meanwhile, Lady D is back in fine form.
Yes, she
right?
is.
And her and Esther are having a game of cards.
Yes.
And she says she let her...
She lets her win.
Naughty.
I don't know what she's doing. She
Naughty out.
says you're playing like a nincompoop.
Yes.
What's the matter with you?
And you let your
Esther...
naughty out or something. Too quick. Naughty, I don't know. Something like that.
I didn't catch that bit.
You put your naughty out, she said.
Well, I remembered she said she was playing like a nincompoop.
Yes, she did. And then she
Esther
tells her
says,
to go play.
Esther said, I'm sorry, I can't get excited about a game of cards. And she said, well, don't get too cocky yet. You haven't got my money yet.
Yes, and
Which
go
to
and
me-
play something jolly.
Yes, well, before we get to the jolly bit, which to me, when she said, you haven't got my money yet, I'm still thinking about the original will leaving all the money to Sanditon. And this could be a foreshadowing that she will, in fact, leave her money to Sanditon after all. And the donkey stud.
I agree with you, yes.
Yes.
Well,
she tells her to go
she
play.
tells her to go play something jolly. Babbers comes, says he wants to take her on a carriage ride.
She doesn't want to go. But Lady D says, you shall do as you're told.
Yes, and so off they go, right? And it is absolutely lovely.
It is beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Pure
scene.
bliss.
Exhilarating.
Yes.
You can feel the spray of the ocean on your face as they're
riding on the
galloping along.
beach.
I mean, it's just not galloping, cantering more like it, but it's lovely.
You would know, honey.
Yes, and she takes the reins, and it's like...
To me, when she takes the reins, it's like a metaphor for her taking the reins of her own life back. She's taken her life back. She's no longer under Edward's spell.
Yes.
She's free and free to be happy and free to move on.
Yes.
And Babbers is the man
and
to
it's
move on
just
with.
pure joy.
Yes.
They're so joyful.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, they get back. And you're right, they get back from their carriage ride, and Lady D is so cute. She says, "You should marry that young man."
And
it's so sweet. And she tells her the little
That's
tale.
right.
What does
That's
she say?
right. She tells her about how she loved some guy, but he married for money.
Right,
it's the classic Austen.
And she says, "I should have known that he couldn't have married me. He needed the money.
He couldn't choose me."
And she said, "It's better to be loved than to love."
Yes, and you can tell Esther's taking this in, and she says, "You know what girls are like." And Esther's thinking, like, maybe I have kind of been a fool.
Yes.
And so back at Trafalgar House, Tom is having fun with his children.
Yes, for once.
Romping around, yes. And Sidney arrives. And of course...
And Miss Hayward.
Yes.
I was going to go for a walk. Do you need anything in town?
She says, well, she's going to have a dress fitting. Perhaps you could join him.
Good thinking, Charlotte. On the spot.
Good
Johnny on the spot. Good thing you thought of something.
And so they just stare at each other.
Yes, they just stare at each other and smile.
And Mary finally has to interrupt and say, well, off you go, you lovebirds. Mary can see that there's something there.
Yes, you too. She knows. She's a woman. She has eyes. She can see that there's something developing there. And I think she's pleased about it.
I do too.
Remember when she said before, I'm pleased they're speaking well of my...
And so they go off to the cliff, right? And this, to me... classic Austen. I've said this before. In one of the episodes, it was so classic Austen, and this was another one of those moments to me. Read out of a Jane Austen novel. Their conversation, the awkwardness, asking about the weather, they're asking about all these different things, and we just watch them and want to see if they brush arms
as they're walking together,
shoulders, and it was just so darling. And
I think this to me is, I mean, it's cute because, like you said, it's reminiscent of something Jane Austen. They're talking about these random things, but it's so awkward. It's exactly like in Andrew Davies' other screenplay for The Pride and Prejudice with Colin Firth. He literally exactly the same.
I thought the same thing.
When Elizabeth Bennet is arriving at Pemberley.
Yep.
She wanted to tour. She didn't think he was there.
And he's coming out of the water.
Has just had his,
his
swim.
moment, his water scene.
And they're shocked. Oh, Miss Bennet, Mr. Darcy, I had no idea you were here. We wouldn't have been here. And, and he goes, well,
and he starts making small talk.
Yes, small talk, the same thing.
Yeah.
And even the same thing, Mr. Darcy, cocky, sort of like he's been, has been very proud and confident.
But instead he's fumbling over his words.
He's just like a child who I don't know what to say. And he says, oh, how are your parents? Oh, they're very well. And where are you staying? And your parents, are they well? And she, yes, everyone is quite well.
Yes. He says the same thing twice. So darling. And so the same thing, he says, he asks about the weather. Oh, the weather's going to be nice. And then he rolls his eyes at one point.
We don't need the weather. Who cares about the weather for an indoor ball and stuff? Yes.
So cute. And then, are you looking forward to it?
Do you like to dance? Or you're looking for a He says, yes, I love to dance. Did you? Oh, yes, I love to dance.
Yes, I love to dance. I mean, it's so darling. And then he asks about her family. Yes. And then they have that cute little inside joke. We know nothing ever happens in Willingdon. Yes. And some people thought that was what?
Like him making fun of her or something? But no, of course not.
No, it was
they've joked around before about how women can play cricket in Willingdon. And, it's a fun, obviously it's a fun little town.
Yeah, it's a fun little place.
But it was an inside joke
that
again.
Was darling.
It was cute.
And she then points out that they're not walking into town.
We seem not to be walking into town.
And it's like he catches himself like, what have I done? What a fool.
And you can see he goes, yes, what a fool. I mean, he's just like, what have I done? Because remember, at this point, he doesn't know how she feels.
Right.
He's told her, I'm my best self when I'm with you. She has not said a word to him of how she actually feels. And maybe she's changed her mind at this point. Who knows? She was mad at him. But so I think he is kind of like,
yes.
I've read the room wrong. She doesn't want to be here.
But then she puts him at ease by saying, I'd rather walk along the cliffs, absolutely. Much more to my taste. And then
much more to my taste.
Breathe a sigh of relief,
She likes
like, so me too, he says. He agrees with her. Yes. And so he's reminded again that they have more in common, right?
Yes. She's not one of those fancy I gotta go get my ball gown.
Right.
She'd rather be walking along the cliffs with him.
Absolutely, darling. And then, of course, and he gets more serious and says, I was hoping I might find a moment where we could be alone together.
Moves in closer to her.
Can I just say that his voice, I could listen to the man read a dictionary all day long and be in sheer heaven. And that voice, oh my goodness, what a voice. I mean, the low register of that, the timbre of the...
everyone has said he knows how to use his features.
He knows
to
how
the
to
best
use
of it.
it
I mean,
all.
yes. And he's almost he's almost breathless, like in a whisper.
It is so to die for.
Oh, it's so romantic.
And so they admit that they've both been thinking about their conversation from the earlier night, right? And he calls her Charlotte.
Yes, he
directly
does.
to her.
Charlotte. And she's like,
and then
there
we have the lovely music and the 22 seconds of sheer unadulterated bliss.
Yes.
Best kiss ever. We've been waiting 7 episodes.
And, how many versions have we seen?
Oh, I've seen them all.
Yes.
And let me tell you.
I believe there are 3.
I believe there are
We've seen
3
3.
Too, off a pirated website, of which we shall not mention. But yes, there are 3. There are 3. One where she does the little nose
where she goes up and, the
and
lips.
then they pan to a launch shot.
Yes.
One where she does the nose bump and they don't pan to a launch shot.
Yes.
And one where she doesn't do the nose bump and they pan to a launch shot. So see if you can find that many, ladies.
And we've seen them all and we think they're all equally splendid.
They're all wonderful.
We'll take any of them. Yes.
So UK version, English version,
the long shot
version.
You mentioned to me in the long shot how, did you notice that they're, first I was watching it on my phone, to be honest, because I was sneaking in a few, I was trying to watch, my children were playing, I wasn't watching
it. They get into it in the long shot.
How
You've got to zoom it in on your computer, dear.
I know, I didn't
know it's up, like us pros. Yes. Well, anyway, so here we have this amazing kiss, and of course, the first thing you and I said, we called each other and we said, Where's the proposal?
Yes.
There would have been a proposal here. Now, we put this on Facebook. We put a thread about it because we thought this was the most un-Austen thing. I am sorry. But when a man makes out with a woman, he proposes next thing.
Yes. You are completely right. And we have said, we understand this is not a typical Austen, but still, there's only so far you can go.
Yes.
In every single other Austen book and adaptation, this is Jane's way.
Yes.
And
what had they said about the ball? Remember, people were saying something about the ball.
That he was perhaps waiting for the ball. I'm sorry, I don't think he was... Bah!
I do not believe that for a second.
Let's remember, Sidney has not been, in the dating game for 10 years. I don't think he's thinking, let me think, I'll propose to her at the ball on the balcony.
Yes, in the more romantic place. It doesn't get any more romantic than on the cliffside.
Without a soul around for miles.
What did we say to each other? When did our husbands first tell us they loved us or wanted to marry us? After a make-out session, ladies.
Too true.
I'm sorry.
Both of it, yes.
That's the male psyche. He would have asked her to marry him right then and there.
I agree. But, at the same time, I don't know why he brought her there. Why did he bring her to the cliff? Was it just to make out with her? Was it to... Don't forget, he didn't know what she was feeling. I think he was just, he said, I've been thinking about this all night. sort of, what are you thinking? Are we on the same page? Are we going to get, and then when he found out that she cared for him, and I think the passion just swept over him.
Yes, I believe it.
Like
and
you
I
said,
believe
the throes of passion.
And when you're in the throes of passion, it would have happened. And people, say, no, he wanted to wait for the ball. And they may not like that, dear. They may not like what we've said.
What?
They may give us a thumbs down.
Oh,
as some have in the past.
You know what?
And to you, we say,
poo-poo. Do you know what I say to those naysayers that give us the thumbs down?
What?
I will quote Charlotte again.
Yes.
If you really didn't care or care for us, I wondered that you take quite so much trouble to be quite so offensive and hurtful. Leave well enough alone. Have you ever pushed a dislike button on a YouTube video?
Never.
Anyway.
If you don't like it, keep it to yourselves. There. Listen. And can I just say how handsome he is in this scene?
Oh.
And the ladies on the Sanditon pages have been speaking about a calendar. A Sydney calendar.
Yes.
Face of Sydney for every month. Now, how does that strike you?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I don't know if I could,
Put me in line for the first one, ladies.
I don't know if I could handle such beautiful, beautiful pictures all in one book.
Oh, my goodness. I put them right up on my... Oh, right.
Right above...
Let's move on, shall we?
Yes.
So
we thought we'd have a proposal.
Yes, and he said he wanted to get her alone.
Yes.
Why not just take advantage and propose?
Well, not take advantage.
Well, no, not take advantage in that way, but now come, you naughty thing. All right. So he says, let's get you. What did they say?
What do you think he did say?
That's the question. What did they say on the walk home?
Well, it's getting late. Better get you to that dress fitting.
Yes. After that makeup, let's get you to the dress fitting.
I mean, for pity's sake, what could have happened? Andrew Davies wanted to further the plot.
Yes. There we have
it. was a plot device.
Next, we see everyone arriving at the Midsummer's Ball, right?
Midsummer's
Sydney
Ball.
and Babbers are there first, looking dapper and looking for their lady loves. And Babbers mentioned that he's been tamed, right?
Yes, and Sydney says, I can just imagine how that might feel.
Yes.
Oh, Sydney.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, you have been tamed,
yes,
haven't you?
you have. And Mary and Charlotte are still at home.
Yes.
They're about to
preparing
leave.
to leave.
And she says,
Charlotte comes out.
Lovely.
You look ravishing.
She does.
Yes.
And she says, Tom proposed to me at a ball.
Yes. Mary pipes up. I think she
senses
knows
that something's happening here. Yeah.
And Charlotte looked so beautiful.
Yes, she did.
And she said, what did she say? How did you know that Tom was the one?
I think you
just
know.
Yeah. And I think right there we know. It's Sidney and Charlotte. It's Sidlotte. Sidlotte forever.
That's right. She's lovely in a beautiful dress.
Yes,
blue.
Quite this colour, I think.
Yes,
it's that beautiful blue, and it was much more understated than her London gown. Yeah. Because Charlotte is not that fancy.
Right.
She's an understated beauty.
That's true.
Beauty.
So it was more to her.
It was more true to her style.
Yes, it was lovely. And meanwhile, on his way to the ball, young Stringer has a conversation with his dad, right?
How did he get an invite to the ball? That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know. I guess Tom maybe felt bad for him after all the money he hasn't paid him.
Come to the ball.
He thought he'd get his free shrimp. And so anyway, he has a horrible discussion with his father.
Oh.
Things do not end well, and I won't spare a thought for the selfish man I left behind. So
yes, he tells me of the apprenticeship in London, and he's going to go to London.
Downs him again. But anyway, we move on to the ball, right? And Sydney sees Charlotte arrive, right? And he makes a beeline for her, but of course he gets waylaid.
Yes, at every turn. This scene
clawed Tom.
This scene quite drove me nuts. Yeah. I mean, he kept trying to get to her every 2 seconds. There she is. I'll get. Oh no, let me. Oh, there she is. Oh no, let me get.
Yes.
I mean, he kept getting waylaid.
Yes.
I don't know why it was so difficult.
And then he tries to find her. And didn't you say you watched?
Yes,
she was right there next to him.
He walked right by her.
Like, where is she? She's right behind you.
I mean, it's not that hard. It's not a London ball. There's not that many people there.
Right. But anyway, they needed that for the plot.
Yes.
So anyway, he can't find her.
No. And he sees Georgiana.
Yes, and she, says
once again.
Naysays it again. But
she's quite a naysayer, isn't she?
And then he sees Mary.
And Mary! How could you, Mary? Now it's her turn to stop them, to stand in his way.
Now she's thinking. She has to go tell him how happy he looks, and she's never seen him like this.
Maybe you're right.
Just shut up, Mary.
Yes. Well, while she had left, Charlotte was alone. Stringer, good old young Stringer, saw his chance to try to get in there one more time, one last ditch effort before he leaves for London, and tried to make his way with...
Charlotte looks over at Sidney like, I'm sorry, Dan. He looks at her like, no.
And Stringer saw the look, and when he was mortified, you could see him go,
did he?
Oh, dear, I was it?
I did not notice that. I was just looking at Charlotte and Sidney.
Oh, goodness me, yes. I felt so bad for him. I said,
he notices? Oh, how awkward.
And he goes, you could see him. He's like, oh, well, one last ditch effort won't hurt anything. Poor guy.
So he goes and tells her, of course, about his apprenticeship.
And he hopes she'll be proud.
Yes,
I think, doesn't he say, I hope you'll be proud of me or something? Like, she had tried to encourage him.
Charlotte is looking back at Sidney because, of course, she doesn't really want to dance with Serena. She thinks that she's as good as engaged after that kiss. Like, we're getting married, And so...
and he's, I think she said, good for you going off to London. I thought I might be leaving too at the end of the season, but I'm not.
Right, and he says that Sidney is a lucky man. I mean, he's so darling. Let's give props to Stringer again. He deserves a good woman, that man. But anyway, the music has changed, and we see that they're dancing again. And I thought, now why are they dancing again?
Well, I couldn't figure out if it was a second dance or if it was just the first dance and the music had changed. It seemed like it was two dances, but I remember reading back when I was doing my research about the dancing, and I think when you asked someone to dance, it was for a set, like two dances. But they haven't shown that in the rest of the show. Sidney and her didn't get to dance twice.
It was just to keep them apart for longer, I guess. But anyway.
More anticipation, building up anticipation
for us. And then Babbers can see that Sidney is in love with her, right? And so he says, what are you waiting for? You haven't taken your eyes off her all night.
Yes.
And I hope you receive a favorable answer, old chap. I hope I get one myself.
Yes, he sees Esther come in.
So cute, yeah.
And it was. They have a good moment.
Yes. So during the whole dance with Stringer, we're seeing these montage image of the father having
poor old
attack.
Mr. Stringer, and he's falling down. He's holding the darn candle, and we keep, please at least have the goodness to put the candle down before you have your heart attack. Oh, I felt so bad, but I thought, no, just put the candle down. Because I think we could all see, and they kept showing us back and forth to kind of be like, wait,
so we knew. It's all going down in flames. Well, Georgiana and Arthur are dancing right, but he's overexerted himself once again, and he practically faints, and Diana says, Miss Lamb, what were you thinking, and his dancing days are over for the night, and he said, I'm just getting to my stride.
Strenuous exercise.
Well, as soon as the dance is over.
And she didn't seem to care. She grabbed somebody else and went right back in the dance.
They did have a cute little kiss on the hand. I thought that was cute. They're little friends.
Yeah,
and so anyway, Charlotte, she sees the dance is over, and she practically runs up to go get Sidney right.
And I thought to myself, how does she know he's up there?
Yeah.
But I did read that the book that was written to go along with the movie, that they wrote that Sidney had whispered in her ear while she was standing there.
I would have liked that little tidbit.
I agree. I thought it would have been a little
That would have been very cute. Yes, they should have put that in. But anyway, she goes up there, and of course he says, I thought I'd never get you alone.
Oh dear.
Except for when you had her alone.
Except for about 4 hours ago when you were alone on top of the cliff without
with the beautiful scenery and the wind swirling around you.
That was a little bit odd to
Once
me.
again.
Yes,
he would have asked her there. So anyway, let's show his speech.
Let's show it
for our viewers. Let's break it down.
Because there's so much here. It's so wonderful. Now let's see.
Can I see it?
There. Is that good enough?
Yes.
At last.
Listen to that voice.
Oh, that voice.
Thought I'd never get you alone.
It's like in a whisper, almost a whisper.
Gosh. It's grisly.
Do you remember the last conversation we had on this balcony?
Yes, we do.
All too well.
How could she forget?
What a brute
What a brute I was. Oh.
I deserved everything.
They're both coming to. They both are admitting their faults here. I think both of them equally. Look at him.
I hope that I'm a different man now.
No.
He's getting emotional here.
Yeah, I agree.
You're the same man.
Oh, what a line.
So much improved.
Much improved. Is she just too much?
Yeah.
She is so wonderful.
She's wonderful.
If I have changed at all,
He's getting choked
emotional.
up. He's getting choked up.
it is in no small part down to you.
Yes, he is. Oh, this is.
how
I'm gonna cry.
I've never wanted to put myself in someone else's power before.
Even before when he was engaged.
That's right.
He didn't
Never,
want
he
that.
said.
Care for anyone but myself.
Never wanted to care for anyone but myself. This is true love. That was an
Miss
infatuation, puppy love, maybe.
Miss Haywood.
Charlotte.
And that idiot has to come and ruin it all.
He ruins it all. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to throw my slipper at him like Clara and the Nutcracker.
Yeah,
Throw the mouse king coming. Oh, for pity's sake! I wanted to just.
Well,
what a brute! Ruins everything for us. Spoiled the moment.
That was awful. So they throw him out, and Babbers comes back for Esther Wright and has this beautiful proposal.
Yes.
This wonderful moment.
It is a beautiful proposal. My dear girl, I just want to make you happy. You know.
Oh, the words he says are so lovely.
He's so
and
sweet.
how when she accepts and he kind of stutters.
And he couldn't believe it.
Once again, a little bittersweet for me because I thought this should have been Charlotte and Sidney having their moment.
They should have been
and we don't get to see that moment.
Well, and Babbers comes in and says, Charlotte, I'm sorry, Miss Haywood, Sidney,
regrets.
Has to
Lady Diaz. Why didn't you see to him?
That's what I said. Why can't Baba's go and see him off to the carriage? Why does Sidney have to do it?
Yes, I
Sydney
agree.
should be proposing.
I agree.
But Baba
okay.
gets to have his moment instead, like you said.
Right. Well, at this point, Arthur and his sister are walking home, and she mentions to him that she's afraid that she's going to lose him. You know, I can see you're in love with Miss Lamb. Because, no, I'm a confirmed bachelor.
Yeah.
And then she sees that there's a fire, right?
Oh, good Lord.
And now I expected them to go running in and sound the alarm to everyone.
Sound the alarm.
But it's not. It's almost like they tell one person at a
Well,
time.
they whisper.
And
Don't they
trickle
whisper?
out.
I mean,
yes.
she's like whispering to
And why
Tom.
was that, do you think?
I mean, could it be that they didn't want to create a panic? Like a stampede?
With all these visitors to Sanditon, they wanted to show it. They don't want to tell everybody that we're burning down.
I mean, aren't they going to smell the smoke? See the flames rising? I don't know.
I don't know about that. But anyway,
Yes,
that's how they chose to do it. And so we see them going out one by one, and then Charlotte's out there.
She runs out. Oh, her poor
She's
dress.
Yes,
her poor beautiful
her
frock
dress
is all stained.
ruined and splattered.
So
But
sad.
she's taking charge again.
Yes,
We see
once
her
again
telling
in
the men,
crisis, she's got to call
get in
head.
line, and Sidney's out there with
his
coat
white
off.
shirt,
Oh,
manning
Lord
the fire
have mercy.
brigade.
Yes, manning that fire hose. Oh,
I
my
mean,
goodness. Well, anyway, it was absolutely wonderful. And Stringer realizes that his father is not there.
Yes, it's very sad. And of course, good old Tom, standing there dumbfounded,
Like a buffoon.
the glazed look over his eyes,
Yeah.
just like always.
Oh, get with it, Tom.
My life
Do
is
something.
You know, I mean, of course he
Yes.
sees his life as burning down
Right,
before him, but
right.
at least he could have grabbed a bucket of water while he was
Yes,
musing.
yes,
For
I
pity's
agree,
sake.
dear. Well, next we see the Parker siblings, and they're trying to rally together. It's going to be okay, but then Tom drops the bomb that they have no insurance.
And Sidney is furious and shocked. What? I mean, what? How could you? He's like, I know, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry's not
they
going to cut
didn't
it,
hit, no.
you know. And
No.
and good Arthur steps up. Look, I'll give you my inheritance. Everything
Yeah.
I have, I'm not going to spend it.
That's
and
right.
They all say they'll all pitch in.
And you know what? You know who shows how really ticked she is Lady D when they go to tell her, right?
Yes.
And she says she's ready to send him to debtor's prison.
Yes, and we have to mention this because people keep, you know, being negative about Sidney. For, oh, he married for money. He married for money. Darling, we love you. Don't worry.
Ignore it.
Yes, he did not marry for money.
No.
He married to save his family from the debtor's prison, which
Yes.
Lady D was ready to send him to.
Yes.
Debtor's prison. Filing for bankruptcy today is like, well, you file for bankruptcy so you don't have to pay off your credit cards. You carry on, you know?
Not so
Not-
back then.
No.
Debtor's prison was, you know, akin to death. I mean, you're going to get sick in there. You're going to
Yes.
get an infection and you're going to die,
I mean,
probably.
pretty much, yes.
And then your family is left destitute.
Yes.
Women didn't work back then, so
No.
she could go and get a job.
No.
You know,
and
so-
the children, you know, I mean, so anyway, and Tom even said when he was talking about how much money, and you know, Sidney was like, well, I've got, you know, this and whatever, how much do you have? And he goes,
drop in the bucket.
80,000. And Sidney's like, 80,000?
Right.
Like,
That's
Sidney's
like someone's whole fortune. Like
Right,
Georgiana. She was
Georgiana.
only worth 100,000.
yes, and her entire fortune would be wiped out.
So that
and she was a wealthy heiress.
Yes,
It wasn't like she
yes.
was just.
But Charlotte again
was a
shows her
fortune.
smarts, and she tries to speak up and say, you know,
She
Lady
does.
D, let's wait on this. Let's not, you know,
yes,
pursue the debt right now.
because you'd lose, you'd
Yeah,
be lost, everything
right.
would be lost.
And Sidney chimes in and
Yes.
supports her, and I thought that was a cute little couple moment
like a
for
little
them.
team.
And so then it's time for him to leave. Oh, and so he says goodbye to
Yes.
her at the coach.
He says, I'll be as quick as I can. I have no idea how I'm going to help. And she goes, I believe that you will. I mean, she has so much
sweet.
faith in
And
him,
he
and
does
she
the
trusts
head-
him.
The forehead bump.
The forehead, when they bump
Oh.
foreheads and they just have that moment and they close their eyes for a minute.
Yes, and when I come back, I can finish our conversation, he says.
Oh, please. And I was screaming, just finish it now, just finish it. Listen,
Yeah.
listen how quick it could be. My darling, I love you. Will you marry me? Yes. There, it's over.
Yes.
How long did that take? 2
Yes.
seconds? They could have done it. He's going to be gone for a
I'll
week.
tell you
How
why
much
they didn't, because Andrew Davies didn't want
Andrew
them to do
Davies
it.
has done this
That's
to
why
us.
it didn't happen on the cliff top. That's why it didn't happen at the proposal at the ball, and that's why it doesn't happen here.
A plot device.
Yes.
It was a plot device.
So,
yes.
there, that's the only explanation, and
Yes.
that's why Andrew Davies didn't want it to.
Yes.
So,
Let's not forget, he's not a real character. He's just a, you know, he says
Sidney,
He says what Andrew Davies tells him to say.
yes, that's right. Well, I kept waiting for him to poke his head out of the carriage and look back
Look
at her.
back
I
at
wanted
her.
to see him look back at her. I was upset by that.
I understand where you're coming from, but don't forget, he is in here thinking, how the bloody hell am I supposed to find a way to get my whole family out of this? Everything is on his shoulders. Everyone
Yes,
is
but he's
depending
just like
upon
the woman that he
him.
loves. He tried to propose 3 times. I think
That's
he should have looked back at her. But anyway, that's my opinion.
That's true.
All right,
That's
now Tom and Mary have a conversation in the church,
Yes.
and he says he's been a fool. You
Don't-
got that right.
Don't we all know it?
Yeah, and Mary says she still believes in him. Good old faithful Mary.
I mean, she's sweet, but a little bit naive.
That Tom is really screwed
He
up
just
this
doesn't know
time.
how to manage
No.
business.
And Charlotte is writing to her sister, and she says that there may be some exciting news coming soon.
so
It's
sweet.
So darling, and who should
She's
arrive
waiting for the
right
proposal.
then, literally in the middle of her letter.
Yes.
Sidney comes back, and they go running down, right? And Tom is like, "We're saved!"
Yes.
And you think, "Oh, okay, great. What happened?" And even
Yes.
she's like, "Okay, great. What happened?"
She knew, I knew you would do it, basically, and but she can see. They all run off to
Yeah.
go tell Lady D, and
And he
he
comes
stays,
over.
and she's like, what's wrong?
Charlotte, my dear
Dearest Charlotte.
Says it twice. Right. I missed that. Did I miss that on the quiz?
Yeah, I don't know. Yes, I think you did.
Well, he tells her he hoped to return and make her a proposal of
And
marriage.
that's huge. That's huge.
Yes.
And he comes back and tells her, even though
I was going to
he
marry
says,
you.
I was going to propose to you.
I loved you, yeah.
There should be no doubt in her mind that he was ready to marry her. He was ready to propose. Everyone, take note of this. He told her, I was ready to propose to you.
And he is so choked up.
I had every intention. I had every hope.
Cannot be. I have to
He
myself
again,
to Miss
like you
Eliza
said, he's choked up. He can barely get these words out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like a knife to his heart.
Yes.
Let's not forget, he loved her and wanted to marry her.
Yep.
And now he can't.
His happiness is now ruined.
He has sacrificed his happiness.
That's right, and
to
we
save
are
the family.
absolutely crushed along with her. And can we just talk about her acting for a minute here?
Yes, her
Unbelievably amazing.
How gracious could she be, even in this circumstance?
Yeah,
Not to say, how could you
she's
do
such
this
a
to me?
wonderful person.
She, through the tears, I wish you every happiness.
Such a difference from Eliza. She
Oh.
is this wonderful person that has made him a better person, and she's very different
And
person from Eliza.
she understands.
And so she rushes out in tears. It's unbearable as she
and
cries
she's
on
just
her
crying.
bed. Right?
It's so painful.
It is painful. And the next thing we see is a wedding. And the first time I watched it, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, they're getting married. And then you see, no, it's not. And
That
you
was
think,
the intention.
Thank God. You know, they just wanted to scare us a little
Yes.
bit and let us think it's happening right now. But it was Babbers and
There's
Esther.
still a chance. There's still time to stop the wedding.
Right. And Babbers and Esther have a beautiful wedding, and once again, bittersweet, right?
The music even is bittersweet. Let me tell you, I honestly could not be happy. I mean, I know that we're happy for them, but I was so just miserable that Charlotte and Sidney cannot.
In that, yeah.
Yes, that they cannot be together. I just
And
couldn't
watching
enjoy
in
the
slow
wedding.
motion as Sidney throws up the stuff,
and
then
her,
she
and they
throws
look
it
so
up.
happy for them. He was the best man, and she was the the maid of honor.
Sweet, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I couldn't
just
enjoy it.
Too much grief after what happened.
Yes,
And
coming out of
yes,
seeing her just
yes.
cry and then.
Yep. And after the wedding, Lady D says that she reckons that Charlotte will be walking down the aisle soon and calls Sidney over.
Yes.
Now,
Does she know that he's engaged to Eliza Campion or not?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it seems like she's trying to put them
I don't
together.
and does she know that Charlotte and Sidney had a thing, or does she not even know that? And she's just calling over
I
the
just
first
don't
man
know.
she sees and being like, "Oh, what do you think? What do you guys, ladies? What do you ladies
Yes.
think? Let us know."
Yes, let us
Comment
know
or tell
because
us. Did Lady
I'm
D
not
know?
sure.
Was she clueless? Did she think that there was
What
something
do you
between
think?
them?
Yes.
That they were going to get married, or was she just like, "What do you think, Sidney?" But anyway, Sidney comes over. They have their small talk.
Yes.
It's very awkward.
Yes, and poor Charlotte, she even asks him, she says,
So
how are your plans?
so
How are the plans
gracious.
going for your own wedding?
yeah,
And of course he says, extravagant, isn't he saying?
Elaborate.
Elaborate.
yeah.
I mean, it's,
And then
and of course he doesn't like that.
And of course, Campion sees it immediately.
So-
She knows she's got to run
has
in
to
and
run
stop it
over.
again, right? And she says something about the wedding to him or something, right?
She
What do
asks
you
him
think
a
or
question like,
something?
oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if we should have had, instead of taking all the trouble to have a big London wedding, to have a
He-
small country wedding. What do you think?
He literally can't even
He literally won't even answer. He
No.
completely
He
ignores
looks
her.
away and looks miserable.
He
And
ignores
she just
her.
ignores it.
And she tries to save face
Right.
and goes, oh, what do men
You know
know?
what men are, that type of thing.
What do men know?
Oh, my
I wanted to
goodness.
slap her right
Yes, so did I. And so
Cat.
we leave and we see Babbers and Esther and their wedding bliss. And once again, I felt robbed.
I just couldn't be happy
Robbed.
for them.
That should have been our couple.
Yes.
And now we see the people starting to leave Sanditon, and we're
Yes.
heading downhill here. So
Mhm.
we see
Arthur and Diana are
yeah,
leaving.
they're leaving, and
I
then we
guess the
see-
season is over.
yeah,
Everyone's
Charlotte
going
is
home.
going to say her goodbyes. And she goes to Stringer first, and he
Mhm,
says, "I see
mhm.
you're not engaged," And
Right,
she's,
right.
What a wonderful speech he makes.
Yes,
That
he
is-
was so
what a
sweet.
man.
He
What a
said,
man.
she's not half the woman you are.
Yeah.
And if he can't see that, he doesn't deserve you.
Yes.
And I'm-
Season 2. Come on, give us a lovely lady for Stringer. He deserves it.
He does.
But anyway, he probably
He'll be nursing a broken heart for a while.
Yes, I know. He won't
think
get over
so,
her
but-
that easy. He's too good of a man. But anyway,
And Charlotte's
we
too good of
don't-
a woman.
we don't see Charlotte say goodbye to
No,
Georgiana,
no.
but that's all right.
That was weird.
I don't know why. Mary knows what's going on though, right? And she
Yes.
says she hopes Charlotte
Doesn't
doesn't
regret.
regret coming. Mary knows the
So
whole
sad.
thing here, don't you think?
Yes. Look, if Mary didn't know that Sidney was giving up Charlotte, that they were going to. I mean,
Right.
she knew that they were going to get engaged,
Yeah.
and I think she wouldn't have asked her that.
Yeah.
I hope you don't regret coming.
Yes.
Why would she
Yes.
regret coming?
Right.
Because you've had your heart broken.
Yeah.
But I
That's
think she
right.
understand. They all
So
understand.
does she just not care
I
that
don't-
Charlotte and Sidney are giving up their happiness?
I don't think it's that she doesn't care, but I think she also
She knows
knows.
that's the only
Look
way.
at what the alternative would be.
Right.
And
It's
would
got to be
Charlotte
done, I guess.
and would Charlotte be happy marrying Sidney at the expense of his whole family,
Right.
going to debtor's prison,
right,
dying in
no.
the streets?
But when she asks Charlotte that, I hope you don't regret, Charlotte says, "How could I? It's been the greatest adventure of my life."
Through tears.
Yeah,
And it's-
absolutely wonderful.
I mean, I was in tears, but I mean, I was.
yes,
It's so sad, but
It is.
she.
it is sad. And so next we see her riding back to Willingdon. Right?
Yes.
She's on the coach dear, what
And
is this?
This is my bonnet, my goodbye bonnet.
Dear, you look just like
I
Charlotte.
made it myself, don't you know?
Oh, it's lovely.
My traveling bonnet.
Oh my goodness, dear. That
I
is
thought it would be
absolutely
fitting to
very
don my
apropos.
bonnet.
Yes. Oh,
Since
for
she's
the
riding
final
away.
scene. Yes, she's riding away, and next we see someone riding up on his black horse, right?
And we immediately think,
Oh my goodness.
what's happening?
Yes,
and
he
Sidney,
jumps off of that horse, and he just comes.
he
striding.
practically runs to her.
Yeah.
And it looks like he has so much momentum that I
Yeah.
thought he was just
He's
going to
just
mow into
yes,
her and just
and
grab
pick her
her
up.
and kiss her
And
and
you can
just
tell
hold
she
her.
thinks that. You see in her eyes that she thinks
When
he's
she
coming
looks
back
out-
for me.
Yes, when she looks out the carriage.
A moment of hope in her eyes. Yeah.
Maybe it was all a bad dream.
Yeah.
You know,
And then
oh.
he comes back, right, and he says,
He
I
can
couldn't
barely-
live
yes.
without, and he's
He
panting.
could barely
It's
get
like,
the words out. And
he's
he,
emotional and he's panting, you know,
I think he wanted to say, I couldn't
I
let
love
you
you.
leave without telling you I loved you or
right,
something. But
and
he
I
can't. He's not
bear
at
to live
liberty.
without you, right?
Yes,
But he says, please don't tell me that you think badly of me, right?
He's not at liberty. He's
Which
just
is
not at
what
liberty.
Charlotte had said to him back at the beginning.
Yes.
How wonderful was that?
Yes, he's not
That
at liberty
come
to tell
full
her.
circle. And so she is crushed again.
Yes.
We see the heartache come right back
Yes.
into her eyes. She's like, no, it's
Every
not.
little
It's not
thread-
happening. It's not
just
happening.
a little crumb of hope
Yeah.
that she had is
Gone.
just thrown away.
And so Sidney says, I don't love her, you know. And that, we
Mm.
know, all of us know that was him saying, I love you.
Yes,
But he
he
couldn't
wasn't
say I
again.
love you.
Yes, he wasn't at liberty.
Right. So he says the only
That
thing
was
he
the
could
best
say,
thing
I
he
don't
could
love
say,
her,
which
means
told
I
her.
love you.
Yes.
And still, she is so gracious and so wonderful.
Yes, down to
I just
down
would
to
have
the
been
end.
like, I love
and
you,
she
give me a
says,
kiss.
I know.
Screw Eliza.
I
you
know, I know.
but
And
no.
she's so gracious, like you said, till the end. She says, "No, you mustn't say that.
Yeah.
You've agreed to marry her. You must
Yeah.
try to make her happy."
She wants him to be honorable.
Yes,
And,
and
he
that's
says,
the man
yes,
that she's.
I must uphold my end of the bargain.
Yes, and the key word here is bargain. It's not yes, yes, I know I should try to make her happy. There's a bargain here. They've struck a deal. Who knows? Maybe they struck hands on it.
I hated to hear him say it.
We
though.
don't know
Yes,
what
you're
happened.
Right.
We don't
I
know what
must uphold
happened.
I just didn't want him to say anything about
Well,
that.
I think it's again him showing Charlotte, yes,
Yes.
and you're right, I need to be a
Yeah,
good man.
you're right,
That's
you're
going to honour her
Yep.
with,
And so
with his
he
treatment.
proceeds to wish her every happiness. And
Oh.
goodbye, Charlotte. Oh, that voice.
And just her getting that carriage
calls
goodbye.
her by
Oh.
her name, right?
The one last time.
Which you got wrong on the quiz.
Yeah, I did get
right?
it wrong. I
Yes.
did. I forgot.
thought he must have
How
told
could
her
I have
that.
missed that?
Yep.
You were right.
And it is so heartbreaking watching her ride away in that
Oh.
carriage with the tears coming down, right?
And you just keep thinking this can't be it.
Yeah.
This cannot
When
be
you first
the end.
watched it,
This
were you
isn't-
like, oh, wait now. Did I miss something? There must be
no,
another
how many
episode.
more minutes
No.
are there? No.
No.
Well,
that's-
it's like you said. How many other?
Yes, here's what I said. When was the last time that we saw an Austin heroine riding away in tears
Yes.
at the end of a show?
Never.
Never. Never has it been done, and never shall it be done again.
Listen,
if I have anything to do with it, that
Righto.
is not Austin.
Righto.
That is
No.
not Austin.
No, and this is the midpoint. We shall have a season 2 by hook or by crook. And to quote, I'm getting
Yes.
very
Here, dear.
fan me. I'm getting very heated about this.
Give
Very-
us it. Give it to
Listen,
us. A quote.
to quote
Yes.
Diana, what she said. No, I won't have it. Of course this is a setback, but I refuse to let you be defeated by it. Sanditon must not be allowed to founder and fall. We shall find a way. We are Parkers, or in this case, the Sisters Sanditon.
Yes.
We stand together.
Bravo, my dear.
Thank
Bravo.
you. And as I said, Sydney, we shall have a season 2, even if I have to play every part myself.
And you could do it too, my dear.
Well, I don't know, Sydney.
Oh, we could put his face up on you like I did for myself.
Yes, I don't know. I know I wouldn't be able to do you justice, but I would give it my jolly best.
Yes.
I would try.
Oh,
Give it the old
dear.
yes.
Yes. Well, we do not give up, ladies. We
Do
shall
not give
have
up
our
in
season
your
2.
Yes. Do not give up in your endeavours
Yes.
and your efforts.
That's right.
Stand together. We all stand together in the Sanditon sisterhood.
Yes, and there are many holes and things that have been left.
Yes, there are many.
This
Yes,
was not meant to be the end.
Yes, for
no
example.
matter what they say,
Exactly.
to try to cover their
exactly.
asses, or as Lady D
Ah,
would say.
Yes, because Andrew Davis said, well, it could be an end. No, it's not an end. Don't
No.
give us that. He did say in I don't know, something, an
Yes.
interview, this is the halfway point.
Yep.
Between this is like when Eliza Bennet told Mr. Darcy she wouldn't marry from the last
Right.
man on earth.
Right.
It didn't end that way, did it?
Halfway point.
Yes, it is a
right.
halfway, and we shall get a season 2. And all the foreshadowings
That's
of Lady
right.
Denham, perhaps leaving her will, leaving
Yes.
all of her money to Sanditon.
Yes.
Lady Susan saying she's going to bring the Prince Regent.
Right.
They will bring people.
Bring the people.
And bring
That's
people to
right.
spend money.
There's all kinds of holes still
Oh,
left. Georgiana,
yes.
we don't know what's going to happen
We don't
with
know.
her.
Yes, we didn't even get to say goodbye to her.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
all
right.
kinds of things.
So,
That
ladies,
are open to season
stay
2.
strong. We shall have our season 2
Yes.
no matter what.
By hook or by crook.
Yes. We hope you have enjoyed this, and we shall see you soon.
Goodbye. Let me try it. Hello to all our lovely Hello to all our lovely viewers. Try saying that 5 times fast. Hello to all our Hello to all our lovely viewers.
Hello to all our lovely viewers out there.
Hello to all
Out
our
there, if I can do it.
Hello, you say it then. Hello to all our lovely Hello to all our lovely viewers out there. There. Hello to all our There's a lot of L's in that sentence. Hello to all our lovely I can't do it.
Oh my gosh!
Hello to all our lovely viewers out there.
There, just slow it down.
I'll slow it down.
All right.
Yes. Right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. I'm saying, but don't forget, right now, he's thinking, how the bloody hell am I going to do this? How am I
Yes.
going to accomplish this?
Yes, but
Everyone-
still, he's just let the girl he loved. He should have
Yes,
looked
but
back
his
at her.
entire family is all relying on
He should have looked back at her, dear.
His entire family's relying on him.
She's sticking up for you, my dear. But anyway, Tom and Mary have a conversation in the
Don't
church.
worry, I got your back.
Yes.
I mean, even though you haven't got one here, but I've got it. Nonetheless.
Your figurative back.
I've got your face. Yeah, I've got your...
All